What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a new episode of GBA. In this video, we're opening up the December Video Games Monthly box. So yeah, that's right, some might say this is the best time of the month, including myself. I absolutely love VGM. It's my favorite subscription box that I get. But for a fan of retro video games, you can't get much better than this. But for those of you that don't know what VGM is, this is a monthly sub box that delivers retro and somewhat modern video games to your house for you to keep. So yeah, if you go on videogamesmonthly.com and sign up for the service, you can select to get games for systems ranging from the Atari age of gaming all the way up to stuff like PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Wii U, and 3DS for handheld consoles. You can pretty much get most popular stuff in between the Atari 2600 all the way up to PS4. There is a few systems that they don't have that you can sign up for, kind of like Saturn and stuff like that, but most of the stuff is there. This is a tier service, so you can get 3 games a month, 4 games a month, 5 games a month, or 10 games a month. I get the 10 game box. This costs right around, I don't know, $80 if you're not including shipping. The lowest tier box is around $35, so there's a price point out there for everybody if you want to get some retro video games delivered to your house. So they have an online database where you put in the games that you currently own so you don't get duplicates, which you definitely want to do because guess what? You'll probably get duplicates if you don't keep up with that. But yeah, this is a great box. I love this service. If you're a new game collector, this is a good way to build up your collection. Get some popular video games added to your, collection. If you have a huge collection like I do, it can get a little bit harder for them to find games to send you, but it's cool to get filler titles, especially if you're going for casual full sets of games like I am. Real quick, I can get games for the Game Boy, the Sega Genesis, the Nintendo 3DS, the PSP, and the Sega Dreamcast. I'm pretty sure that's it. But yeah, I guess that kind of covers the basics. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and let's open up this December Video Games Monthly box and let's see what we've got. I thought I would point out real quick, so I used to get a lot of Nintendo systems in this box, like NES and Super Nintendo and stuff like that, but they have a 200 game limit as far as like what you can put on your database on their website. So I had to take off a lot of those systems because I have well over 200 games for them. So basically, with like the 3DS, the PSP, the Genesis, and the Dreamcast, those are some of the systems I have like less games for. So that's why I kind of get games for those systems with this service. So yeah, once you cut the tape and you pull it out of the mailing envelope, you look at the top of the box, you got your boy Floyd there, which is basically their mascot. Videogamesmonthly.com, where you can go to sign up for the service. On the flap there, you got Play the Past into the Future, which is their slogan. Unfortunately, this month we have no bulge in our box. So that's kind of sad to say. A bulge doesn't always indicate a great box, but bulges are cool, I guess. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's pop this open. Let's see what we got. I will try to show you guys the games first, like usual. So right off the bat, we've got cards. So I've been seeing people get this. So basically, this is like a 15% off, like QR code. It's for Brett Weiss's video game books. I don't have any of his books. I've thought about picking some up, so I might use this coupon code. Who knows? I already have NES and Super Nintendo books, but it's kind of nice to see what everybody has to say about the games. So I might look into that. So next up, we have our standard business card here. Pretty basic. One side is kind of like a thank you, and it's telling you to update your library. The other side is telling you to share your stuff on social media. And you might win some free games, which I don't know if anybody ever has, but who knows. It's worth a shot anyway, right? It's always fun to share what you get in these boxes. The community is really fun to get involved in. That is it for paperwork, so we might not have a 1-up in this box, which is perfectly fine. We also have some bubble wrap that we'll throw down to the side here. So let's get this party started. So first up, if you watch my Video Games Monthly unboxings, you'll know that I tend to get quite a few Sega Genesis games. Feels like the first game out of the box is Sega Genesis. I'll show you guys first. Alright, so for the Genesis, we have Real Deal Holyfield, Evander Holyfield's Boxing. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying Evander Holyfield, but you get the gist of it. I actually played this game when I was a kid and I liked it. I'm not the biggest boxing game fan, and if I do play boxing games, it's usually like more of an arcadey style, but it will be fun to pop this in and play it again. And like I said, I remember liking this when I was younger. So yeah, Evander Holyfield, boxing game. Starting out, not too bad. Alright, next up we've got another Sega Genesis game. Show you guys first. Alright, so we have Flashback. So Flashback is a classic game. This has been on pretty much every system that I can think of. I even have this for the Switch. So yeah, Flashback, not really my style of game. Kind of has those weird, kind of sluggish controls. Kind of reminds me of like something like Prince of Persia. Well, the classic Prince of Persia, that is. But Flashback, it's a classic. I didn't have it for the Genesis, so this is definitely a cool game to add to the collection. Even though, like I said, it's not really my favorite style of game. Alright, so next up, another Sega Genesis game. Alright, so we have Cliffhanger on the Sega Genesis. So I have this on Sega CD. I don't know if the Genesis game plays exactly like the Sega CD game, but I know the Sega CD game, isn't it kind of like a beat-em-up game, if I remember correctly? But from what I remember, it's not very good on the Sega CD, so I don't have high hopes for the Genesis game, but I'm still happy to get this. I've said it before, I like comparing games. So if there's a game that came out on Super Nintendo and Genesis, I would kind of like to see the comparisons between them. So it'll be fun to pop this in and see the differences between this and the Sega CD version. But yeah, Cliffhanger, who doesn't like Sly Stallone? So happy to add that to the collection. I'll tell you what, here before long I might have to take Genesis games off my list, because with Video Games Monthly, my Genesis collection is getting huge. I think I've been averaging like 5 to 7 Genesis games just from this box a month. Alright, so next up for the Genesis, I'll show you guys first. Alright, so oh wow, this is a good one. We have Boogerman, a pick and flick adventure. I actually played this a lot when I was, a young teenager, I guess. It was kind of fun to play games like this. You know, it was kind of big back in the late 90s, like with Beavis and Butthead, Ren and Stimpy. These kind of like gross out cartoons and games and stuff. But Boogerman, a pick and flick adventure. Last time I checked, this isn't the cheapest game in the world, so it's kind of cool to get this in the box. I've been looking to pick this up either for the Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis. So at least now I finally got Boogerman on the Genesis. So now I'll have to track down a copy for the Super Nintendo. But yeah, that's definitely a cool game to get. I'm super excited about that. Alright, so next up on the Genesis. So this is already the 5th Genesis game we're pulling out of this box. Alright, so we have Nigel Mansell's World Championship Racing. So is this Formula 1 or IndyCar? I'm not exactly sure. I kind of get those mixed up, to be honest with you. I want to say I have this on Super Nintendo, but I could be wrong. It could just be some other dude's name in front of Championship Racing. I'm not sure. But I like racing games, but once again, I kind of gear more towards arcadey style racing games. So if this is more simulation, I might not like it, but I'm still willing to give it a chance. And a Genesis game I don't have, so that is pretty cool. Alright, so we are going with more Genesis here. So I'll show you first. Alright, so we have Art of Fighting on the Genesis. So this is really, really cool. Art of Fighting, is that a Neo Geo game? I'm pretty sure, but don't hold me to that. I might look like an idiot right now, but I'm not sure. But if it is, and if it's the game I think it is, this is actually a really cool game. I really like fighting games, and back in the day, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat kind of like, boomed the fighting game genre. We started getting all kinds of fighting games. But if I remember correctly, I like this game, and I'm excited to try it on the Genesis to see how it plays. But yeah, Art of Fighting on Genesis, definitely a cool one to check off the box. Alright, so that makes 6 Genesis games already. And we've got another one. Alright, so next up for the Sega Genesis, I'll show you guys first. Alright, so we have Cool Spot on the Sega Genesis. I have this on the Super Nintendo, and this is actually a really fun game on Super Nintendo. I'm not entirely sure if it plays the same on Genesis or not. For some reason, I kind of remember a Spot game being like an isometric view game, but that might not be the Genesis version here. But nonetheless, it's really neat to see the 7-Up mascot get his video game, I guess. So yeah, this is a cool one to get. I've got like a Spot game on Game Boy too, if I remember correctly. So he was kind of all over the place back then. But yeah, another cool game to add to the collection, and looking forward to trying it out. Lots of games in this box I haven't never played before, so that's always fun. Alright, so next up we have another Genesis game, so I'll show you guys first. Alright, so we have Family Feud on the Genesis. Funny story, I loved Family Feud when I was young. I used to like trying to guess the questions myself. I don't know if I would like playing this on the Genesis, to be honest with you. But it's a Genesis game I don't have, so happy to add it to the collection. And it just brings back memories of loving to watch the TV show. I even like catching it nowadays, like with, who's the host of it? Steve Harvey, I think. It can be fun to watch. But yeah, Family Feud on the Genesis. Sheesh, guys, we've got a bunch of Genesis games here. So we got 5, 6, 7, 8 Genesis games. Alright, so let's fill around here. I think I fill our Trinket, which is a Video Games Monthly magnet. So I can try to get that to stick on the refrigerator. So it would have to be on the side of the refrigerator, unfortunately. But still, a cool little trinket. A throw-in item for the box every single month. Alright, so we are down to our final 2 games, and these are Game Boy games. I love collecting for the Game Boy, so that is always a great thing. So let's see what the first Game Boy game is. I'll show you guys first. Try to get a little bit closer here so you can see it. Alright, so for the Game Boy, we have Street Racer, which is very interesting because I think I just got this maybe in Retro Game Treasures box. I'm not really sure. But still, nonetheless, I'll have to check to see if I checked it off. If I didn't, it's my fault, which it probably is, to be honest with you. Sometimes I have trouble remembering to mark off the games I get. But Street Racer, it's a fun game. I love the Super Nintendo version. So if this is a duplicate, I'll be looking to give this away or something like that. But nonetheless, still a fun game to get. Street Racer on the Game Boy. Like I said, I literally just got that game. I think it was Retro Game Treasure. Alright, so we are down to the final game of the box. Our 10th and final game. Are we going to go out on a high note, or is this box going to end in a whimper? You will find out before me. Show you guys first. Alright, so what do we got here? We have Disney's Mulan on the Game Boy. I would say this is a successful end of the box. I really like the Disney games from the 16-bit generation consoles and the 8-bit games. I don't really remember too much about Mulan. I know I watched it, but it didn't really like stick out to me, I guess, because, you know, I don't really remember it too much. I know they just recently did a live-action movie, but I didn't watch that either. If I had to guess, this is probably some sort of platformer, but nonetheless, always happy to get Disney games, and this is a good one to check off the Game Boy list. So yeah, let's go ahead and make sure that's it. Nothing else in the box. That is all for our December Video Games Monthly. So overall, what do I think? I absolutely love this box, like usual. You know, a little bit heavy on Genesis games, but that's not a bad thing. But like I said, I might have to take that system off the list soon. because with these I've probably got 130 Genesis games or so now, but that's a good problem to have. I'm really liking it, rediscovering the Genesis. I collect a lot of Nintendo stuff, but here lately, the Genesis has been, fun to play around with. So what game am I most excited for? Probably Boogerman, because like I said, I've been looking to pick that up for a while. But yeah, overall, really like this box. I'll try to put something in the video here showing you guys the value of the games according to price charting, so you can see if we got close to that $80 that we pay out for the box. And looking at it, I'm pretty sure we probably got at least $80 worth of value. But like I said, I'll put it in the video here. Let me know what you guys thought about this box. Did you like these games? Do you feel like these games were worth about $80? What was your favorite game in the box? I would love to have a little conversation with you guys about Video Games Monthly. But that's probably going to do it. But first I want to say thank you. I appreciate you guys watching these videos like usual. If you know anybody who might like this kind of content, please share the video around. I'm always looking to grow the channel a little bit. But for now, guys, I'm probably going to go open up some more boxes, maybe play some video games, try to enjoy the rest of my evening. Hope you do too. So until next time, everyone, I'll see you later.